Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Thursday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning with myself, Reganelite, here on Thursday, the 12th of February, 2026, just at 11 o'clock AM UK time. For reference, we are dual streaming live on youtube.com/Reganelite and on twitch.tv/Reganelite1, just for reference there. For those who are new to this live stream, we go for roughly about an hour up till midday here. And what we do is we look at the daily quote, have a see what today's daily quote is. We have a look at the weather forecasting over the next couple of days, and then we have a look at go to the websites and see what the news is actually saying, not the papers, but we'll actually go to the media websites, actually see what they're actually saying. We're going to be looking at UK news specifically, guys. Going to be looking at the Telegraph, the Times, the Financial Times, the iPaper, BBC, Sky News and Guardian, and if so, we can have a look at some world news as well. I'm going to avoid the Independent, guys, because I keep having excuse me, I keep having issues with them, with their webpage, so I'm just not going to bother using them for the time being, guys. I actually do find some of their stories quite interesting, but oh dear, excuse me, but I do find it problematic, yeah, to be fair. Let me just double check and confirm. I definitely have got the link in the description. So for just for reference here, so I'll just put that up in the chat there. So for those who aren't aware, we have a new mascot, by the way. At the moment, he's just named Duck. And if you click the link down below, guys, you don't need to sign up, don't need to pay for anything or whatever. It's just a link to, we have a bunch of names to choose from to give our mascot a name. So pick from any one of the names down there for in the link description there. If you just want to cast your vote, that's it. I'm going to end it tomorrow at the end of tomorrow's live stream. I will just, based on the votes, we will basically decide what the name is based on the highest of votes. So if you want the names there, just cast your vote. That's it. Don't need to sign up, don't need to pay for anything, all you need to do is just cast a vote. So, and by the way, also just for reference as well, the emoji, the duck emoji is available for members as well. I did add that in as well, so you can also use the duck emoji as well. Speaking of ducks, Mel, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Scott Hayes, good morning to you. Chris Wilston, good morning to you. Matty Von Eric, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well there. Good morning, fellow Badger of Billy Kershaw there. Speaking of Badgers, myself and One Angry Pagan will be going live tonight with the Eco Flake Show. Do join us at 8 o'clock for that there. Dave McGuinness, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Guys, make sure you do check out the two Davies YouTube channel. They'll be going live later on today at 4 o'clock, so do join them for that as well. Chris, good to see you there. Hope you're doing well. Robert, good morning to you too. And thank you for the £2 super chat. Viper Scott, all hail the Ducks, all hail the Penguins, hail Holly too. Yes, the Ducks, the Penguins, the Badgers, all of them. Yes, hail all of them. Thank you so much for that £2 super chat, my friend. I appreciate your support there. Good morning, Pete's Music as well. Anonymous there, I just seen pop up as well. And anybody else who may be lurking in the chat. Right, let's get started, guys. So, today's daily quote. What is today's daily quote? Here it is, guys. Here it is here. For reference, if people want to know where you can get one for themselves at littlepennythoughts.com, link is in the description if you guys wanted to get your own one here. So, like I said, this one is by Zig Ziglar here, and it goes as such. So, when obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. When obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. I think that's a very nice one there. That's a very, very nice one there in the I like that one. And tomorrow's quote is also by Zig Ziglar as well. Same guy. Or girl, I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. Might even be non-binary. Well, I guess we'll never know. But nice one for tomorrow as well. And just for reference, guys, I don't live stream on the weekends, but I will share Valentine's Day quote as well as Sunday's one, just for reference there. And before we go to the weather again, I just want to remind people as well There will be no live streams next week. There will be no live streams next week. I'm not going to be here. But what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to record a bunch of videos for you guys. Not just short videos, no. I've already prepped some good news videos and some funny videos to post pretty much throughout Monday to Friday for you guys. So you're gonna get some satire videos as well as some good videos. And I'm looking to record hopefully between now and Sunday. Before I travel, some additional videos for you guys as well, some political ones there as well. You know, I noticed I dropped one or two videos a few days ago, and hopefully I can pick up a couple more videos for you guys there. And obviously, I want to try and record some short videos while I'm away as well for you guys. Witchygoth, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Guys, do check out Witchygoth's YouTube channel as well. And Witchygoth has found the duck emoji in there. I can see there. So that's very, very cool there as well. Right, let's go and have a look at the... Oh, I don't even have it up. I thought I had the weather app up. I don't have it up. Just give me one moment, guys. That's not like me. Normally I have it up and ready for you guys, but apparently I did not. 1 second. I just need to There we go. Well, normally I have it ready, but I didn't. There we go. Didn't take too long to set up. So here, using the bbc.co.uk/weather map, link is in the description if you want to use it yourself here. It's set right now for today at 6 o'clock for reference. These temperatures and wind gauges just for reference here. It's our big, beautiful planet. Zoom in a little bit here. Some of the vast temperatures in different places around the world. Let's zoom in a little bit further and have a look at starting in North America there. Yellowknife -23. Anchorage -8. Churchill -16. Vancouver 7. Winnipeg 3. Chicago 2. New York 3. Nashville 10. New Orleans 19. Nice toasty 25 degrees in Miami there. Denver 12. San Diego 17. San Francisco at 12 there. Bit more in Central America there. Mexico City at 21. Guantanamo City at 23. San Jose 26 degrees. In parts in South America, we got temperatures as high as 30 degrees. Temperatures as low as 14 in La Paz. Lamia 27 there. Rio at 31 with their fair share of tropical rainstorms as you normally expect on the continent there. Bit more further over on the African continent here. Here's some of the temperatures here. Some as high as 32, as high as 32, 31 degrees in some parts there. Some as low as 19 to 20, depending on where you're situated. And again, as usual, one of the things that, again, is a lack of rain showers that they get on the continent there. You can see not a lot of rain again there. Going a bit further over here. We can look at in New Zealand, Auckland and Wellington there, 22 and 18 respectfully there. And then here in Australia, which my favourite wrestling company, they are literally travelling to Australia. They've got a big show going over there. AEW, they're going to Australia. Very happy for Australian fans and a tad bit jealous of them there. Melbourne, where they're going to be for the weekend, 13 degrees. Brisbane 24, Alice Springs 21, Perth 18. Darwin at 27 degrees, Port Vila 25, Singapore 26, Bangkok 27, Colombo 25, Shanghai 7, Tokyo 3, Beijing 1 degrees there. So fair share of your rainstorms in and around these areas as well as very high warm temperatures there. New Delhi, India 14 degrees there. And then here in the Middle East, Tehran at 13, Baghdad 18, Riyadh at 25, Cairo 22, respectfully there as well. Before I go to Europe, 1 second, chat. Morning, I'm washing up. You know what, Billy? Sometimes I have to do the washing up just because, like, sometimes I look at stuff and I'm like, the dishwasher doesn't do its job and I've got to do it manually, you know? Can't trust a dishwasher to wash up everything. Thank you, Viper Scott, for the 5 gifted memberships to Lynch Chalmers. Going out to the party, people. That's a very outgoing person there. Lisa B, Jow as well, and Kirsty Hamilton there. That's congratulations to all the new members. Thank you so much, Viper Scott, for the 5 gifted memberships. That's very kind of you there. Very, very kind of you. Appreciate that. Let's have a look at Europe here, guys. Madrid at 11, Lisbon at 14 there. Looks like a bit of a dry spell for them there on the in the Spanish nation. Tunis 15, Algarve 15 there. Parmelo at 12, Rome 12, Nice 14 there. Italy got a bit of rain from forecast. They normally get their fair share of rain, to be fair, where they are situated geography-wise. In France, we have parts of southern France with their fair share of snow and rainstorms. However, obviously, you can see around the Swiss Alps there at Bern at 7 degrees with their fair share of snowstorms. Moving a bit further over, Zagreb at 10 degrees there, Taria 13, Athens at 16 degrees there right on the southern coast of Greece. Istanbul there, the capital Turkey at 11 degrees. Budapest, I'm mispronouncing the word, at 4 degrees. Chistu at 4, Vienna there at 9 degrees. Prague at 8, Berlin 7, Warsaw 2, and Kiev 2. I don't know why my stomach is rumbling. I literally just... Did I not have breakfast this morning? I thought, yeah, I did have breakfast this morning. I don't know why my stomach's rumbling. I did have breakfast this morning. For a second now, I was just thinking, did I eat this morning? I'm like, yes, I did. So why is my stomach asking for food? That's a bit weird. Sorry about that. It just put me off, the rumbling in my stomach. Warsaw 2, Kiev 2 there. And it looks like quite a snowstorm is coming down from Sweden into parts of Denmark and northern Germany there, as well as a rainstorm there. Moscow -1, Volgograd -3, St. Petersburg even chillier at -11, Oslo there at -7. Our friends in Iceland at -4 degrees there respectively as well. Paris and Brussels 9 and 10 degrees with some fair share of showers on the European sides there. London 9 degrees, Cardiff 9, Manchester 5, Dublin 7, Belfast 4, and Edinburgh 3. So if I scroll it back to 12 o'clock, this is what they're forecasting right now. This is in the next less than an hour. But over the day, you should actually start to experience some rain and some snow, depending on where you're located in the UK. If not, obviously, obviously, you might not be in the UK if you're watching this, but just for reference, there. But we can see the temperatures right now. They're pretty warm in some parts, but you can still see like temperatures 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'm getting away with it here in London, but we can see those temperatures are going to, like I said, they are going to start dropping off there. You can see this is what they're forecasting later on today and tonight, with some snow and snow parts in very much in the northern parts of Scotland, as well as southern Scotland there, as well as northern England. Some fair share of rain showers in Northern Ireland, Wales, and parts of the Midlands of England there as well. Moving over overnight into Friday, over Friday morning, early Friday morning here. There we can see Manchester 4, Edinburgh 2 degrees, Belfast 3, Dublin 5, Cardiff 7, London 6 there. So a bit of a chilly night, very chilly night for some parts of the UK. Please stay warm, guys. Please stay warm. We can see this is what we're expecting Friday morning here. So it looks like Wales is going to get quite a fair share of showers there, as well as possible some rain, some snowstorms. I probably expect some of that to fall on the higher peaks of the mountains in Wales. Don't know how much of it is going to settle, but obviously keep an eye out on that if you are living in Wales there. Parts of London may get some showers there on Friday morning there. Still, some of that snow is expected to still fall on Friday morning in parts of northern England, as well as parts of Scotland there. Yeah, it's not going away anytime soon. There's still going to be, those parts are still going to be around. And we can see here these temperatures. You can see here the temperatures are still very, very, very cold. They're going to stay very, very low here, even for tomorrow here. You can see those temperatures. And you can see it's starting to dip down in the south, but still in the north, Manchester 4, Dublin 5, Belfast 5, and Edinburgh 3. They're very, very cold indeed. Even though there's a slight increase later on. But if we go to Friday evening, you can see those temperatures are really going to start dropping off here. This is what they're forecasting here. And you can see that snowstorm, those snow bits that we talked about coming up for the weekend here. And you can see, and temperatures kind of speaking the volumes there. 5, 6, 3, 4, 4, 3, 1 degrees in Edinburgh. And we go a bit further on Friday night. That's even before we've even hit midnight. Tomorrow night, late in the evening, those are the temperatures there. Again, they're going to drop even further. Midnight, That is what we're expecting. And then overnight, going to get some of the coldest temperatures. And it's been the last time we had this, I think, was November was the last time. So we didn't even have these. I don't even recall in December at all that we hit the minuses at all. Actually, we were pretty close to pretty around zero, but not on the dot zero. Close to it, but not enough to be at this temperatures here. So you're going to see a big drop in temperatures this weekend. So overnight. So please be aware of that. Please, please, please. I can't stress this enough. Friday night, please wrap up warm. If you can put the heating on, please put it on. I can't stress that enough. It's going to be a very cold night, okay? Saturday morning, temperatures are still going to stay pretty much around those same places. Most of the UK is going to be dry, though, it looks like, for Saturday morning there. Most of the UK is going to stay dry. But again, the temperatures, you're going to feel those temperatures in the morning there. So it's going to be very, very cold. However, a bit later on in lunchtime, there will be an increase of temperatures, luckily. So you'll get some of that temperature will come back there. So high as low as 3 degrees in Edinburgh, and London, Cardiff 6 degrees here. We can see this big ass snow rainstorm coming. And we talked about this before already, that is coming in. Unquiet Badger, good to see you there. Hope you're doing well, and anybody else looking in the chats. Like I said, yeah, Ireland and the North Island's going to experience quite a blizzard and a snowstorm they're going to be getting on Saturday afternoon to Saturday lunchtime. Looks like they're going to be getting a rain and snow combination here. But it's going to hit Northern Ireland a bit later on in the evening there. Parts of Wales and England are going to experience that as well late on Saturday night there. And if I go to midnight here, this is what we're experiencing Saturday into Sunday morning here. These temperatures not as cold as Friday night into Saturday morning, but still from Saturday night into Sunday morning, still low temperatures nonetheless here. But this is what they're forecasting for Sunday midnight into Sunday morning. This is what they're forecasting. Yeah, you can't even see Scotland, guys. You can't even see it. Apparently, so you're forecasting to basically be pretty much the whole of Scotland, as well as much of Northern England, is going to be covered in a massive snowstorm, is what they are forecasting for Sunday morning. Let's look at that. We'll have a double check that tomorrow just to confirm that still looks like it's what's they're forecasting there. But yeah, overnight, yeah. So what will likely happen is that overnight on Sunday into Sunday morning, you'll wake up and you'll find a vast amount of snow. That's probably what's going to be forecast. Where I am, I'll probably get away with it because I'm in London, of course. But if you're living up in Northern England, a certain part, and a bit further up in Scotland, yeah, you're going to get, you're going to need to get the shovel out. Yeah, pretty much. You're going to need to shovel out, absolutely. Later on Sunday lunchtime here, this is what they're forecasting. A big increase in temperatures, though. London 8, Cardiff 10, Edinburgh back up to 6, Manchester 7, Dublin 9, Belfast 8. That snowstorm hasn't dissipated just yet, though. It's still parts of it still in Northern England in some parts there. But a bit further on here is what they're forecasting later on Sunday evening. So by Sunday evening, most of that should have cleared. So you might get a bit of showers about here and there, but most of it will have cleared by then. But you can see those temperatures aren't as bad now. But going overnight from Sunday night into Monday morning, you can see, again, like I said, temperatures aren't as bad as it will be that Friday night. Okay, I can't stress that enough, guys. And then Monday morning, there's going to be some snow on the Highlands of Scotland, but it looks like most of the UK, there'll be some showers here and there, and it looks like there may be some forecasts of some snow in the northern parts of Scotland. Temperatures are going back as high as 10 degrees in London, as low as 6 degrees in Edinburgh there. But yeah, most of the Mondays, what they're forecasting, a few showers here and there and a bit of snow, but mainly temperatures are going to return to normal. But like I said, that Friday night, please, please, please be aware of it. So as far as so temperatures tonight, yeah, the temperatures are going to be very low, cold tonight. If you're in northern parts of England and Scotland, temperatures are going to drop tonight, but they're going to drop even further the following night. So that's the message I have for you guys there. Plenty of rain and snowstorms around today and tomorrow, but the big one is obviously coming Saturday night into Sunday morning. So that's what you need to look out for there. It's nice to see that my county Suffolk will be cold and dreary as usual. Yep, this is exactly it. So it's not so you can get a white. I would say, is it a? I wouldn't call it a white Valentine's Day because the snow is dropping literally the next day. There, so just for reference there. Right, let's have a look at some of the news, guys, and see what's happening in them today. We're going to start with the Telegraph, the Reform graph, the Bollocks graph, whatever graph you want to write. What have they got here for us today, guys? So Labour up for closer ties with Europe. Well, we kind of knew that. I don't know why that's a headline. Starmer is under pressure from Labour women over number 10 boys club culture. Is it really a boys club culture? Am I missing something here? Like, am I missing something here? I thought a lot of these cabinet were women. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm going mad here. I thought a lot of people were women around Keir Starmer, but maybe I'm not paying attention. I don't know if boys club culture. I'm not fully. Maybe I'm the one who's not paying attention with that one there. I mean, their chancellor is a woman, by the way. That's just worth pointing out. Cabinet Secretary's favourite must face full due diligence check, says ex-boss. Yep. School knife attack suspect was arrested after visiting a mosque. After visiting a mosque. Why? I'm not trying to imply so. I don't know what the attacker... Was the attacker of a certain skin colour, a certain nationality, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Decorator for the royal family was found hanged after King criticised... Decorator for the royal family was found hanged after King criticised his paint job. I don't think the royal family hanged him. I'm just going to assume that the guy was so dejected by the King's displeasure that he took his own life, which is absolutely terrible. That's terrible. Getting an opportunity to paint for the royal family and then you get criticised by the royal family, especially if you're somebody that values them. I mean, I don't, but if you're somebody that does and you get and that, man, I don't know, that's really sad. That's really, really sad story. 4 in 10 migrants will challenge Labour's deportation plans with slavery claims. And weather set to worsen with snow and ice. We literally just saw that there. Canada school shooter was a transgender teenager. Was it really? This is the Telegraph. Was this really? Was it really, guys? I'm just asking the question. I haven't read into the story, but was it really, chat? In Hong Kong's prison, Jimmy Lai has been left to die alone. AFD, Russia, and Munich's security conference spy problem. US warship used Diego Garcia to catch a Shadow Fleet tanker. Russian soldiers rage against Putin's Telegram ban. Zelensky plans presidential elections and peace deal referendum. Does he? I'll have to check that somewhere else. I'm not trusting the Telegraph on that. Macron blames renewable energy for Spain's national blackout, apparently, there. So... Yeah, after Royal Cabal. Yeah, that's just really sad story. That's a really, really sad story. It really just hurts me there. Green campaigners thrown out of assisting living complex. Can't see that story because this is the Tory graph, guys. Children at risk after Labour shelves plans for 23 schools. 3 schools apparently. Nancy turns on Starmer for giving peerage to spin doctor. I haven't read what she says, so Tesco's understands working class Britain's better than Keir Starmer. That's actually true. That's actually true. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. Like, I don't even need to read that to know that. Labour's lurch to the left is a spark that will ignite a revolution. A revolution? What the fuck are you talking about? Revolution. The US is powering up production of its best missiles. The British cupboard is bare. Okay. Why I was attacked for questioning the role of religion in sexual abuse. Emma Webb. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm sure there's much more important things here to talk about. Train drivers resume strike over sacked colleague who fell asleep at controls. Did he really fall asleep at the controls? And yes, I am going to question every single headline the Telegraph has here, because we should. Junior doctors vote for further strike action. Royal Mail threatens with strikes over plans to cut Saturday deliveries. Doctors benefit from all biggest pay rise of all professions. We are junior doctors and refuse to strike. The left-wing BMA has lost the plot. Says what? Okay. Again, you have to take everything from them with a pinch of salt here. That's all the stories from the Telegraph. Again, take them all with a pinch of salt, because it is the Tory graph, the Reform graph. Let's have a look at see what the Times are saying here. Prime Minister criticised over plans to appoint first female civil service head. It's not about whether they're a man or a woman. It's whether or not they're up for the job. Why does it matter if it's a woman or not? If they can do the job, who cares if they're a man or a woman? Like, I don't care if they're a man or a woman. If they can do the job, that's all that matters. And really, that's really all that matters. Jim Ratcliffe, I've talked about that yesterday. For those who didn't watch last night's live stream, I literally watched the clip together. Jim Ratcliffe is a dumbass. He's a nonce. He is somebody who doesn't even live in the UK, doesn't even pay his taxes, has disregarded and disrespected the football club Manchester United for being a co-owner of that club and trying to milk it for every single penny he's got. Doesn't know anything about the UK and just sits in his high horse in Morocco. Is it Morocco or Dubai or wherever the hell he is? I honestly don't care. I generally mean this. I don't know why Sky News went out to interview him. I don't know why they did this. I think it was a stupid idea. I think it was a waste of time. I think it was a waste of time for Sky News to interview a billionaire that literally nobody in the UK gives two shits about. Why did you waste your time talking to a billionaire whose only interest is his own? You know, he's like, I just don't get it. Like, you could have talked to, like, hell, you would have gotten better coverage talking to a homeless person than that idiot. Morocco. Okay. Morocco, Dubai. Yeah, he's just not in he's just not in the UK. He's opinion. Yep, he's opinion. He doesn't live in a normal world. He lives in a world of rich and powerful and all that kind of stuff, guys. So yeah, I'm not going to take lectures from him who's never been on our story. Yeah, clickbait story. That's why I'm very angry with Sky News for even doing it in the first place. Yeah, I'm not happy with Sky News for doing it in the first place. Chaos engulfing Star Wars government is unforgivable, admits Nandi. The culture minister cast doubt on whether the prime minister can revamp his leadership after the fallout from the Mandelson scandal. Are you throwing your hat in the ring there, Lisa? Is that what you're doing, Lisa? 4 in 10 migrants cite modern slavery in a bid to stop deportation, apparently. Labour to ban foreign party donations unless they make money in the UK. I mean, it's a start. I covered a story a while ago from Open Democracy about the amount of money donations that Labour are getting here. I mean, it's a start, but personally, I'd rather them just not be allowed to take any money from any foreign companies at all, personally. Casper Northrup, thank you so much for being a member for 23 months. Oh my god, 23 months. That's almost 2 years. Thank you so much, Casper. That's very, very kind of you. Wow. Unbelievable. 23 months. Holy moly. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. Thank you. How many of these players are from other countries? Exactly, Unquiet Badger. I think someone pointed that out on Twitter, like the amount of foreign players, you know. With regards to Jim Ratcliffe, yeah. Star Wars aware, peer campaign for Peter Pal, number 10 emits. Was aware. Yeah, just quietly tell people that. Times data, inflation is falling again. Annual change in consumer prices at 3.4%, according to them. Unemployment is still at 5.1% there, according to their polling as well. Let's just go to the home front page of the Times and see what they've got else here. The world is in peril. AI researchers quit with public warnings. Yep, AI is a threat. UK's NATO envoy using official residence for girlfriend half his age. Half his age. Ugh. Didn't need to know that bit. 2-0 to stay as England manager until 2028. If anyone's interested in the football. Schoolgirl 12 fighting for life after shooting in attack in Canada. Yeah, absolutely terrible what happened there. Ukrainian kicked out of Winter Olympics over helmet of remembrance. What? Oh my God! What? You kicked an Olympia? You kicked someone out? Ah, because they consider it political. That's going to be their argument. Ah. PM criticised over plans to appoint first female civil service head. Again, like, who cares if it's a woman or a man as long as they do the job? I honestly don't care. The 26-year-old Brit who is anti-woke voice of Gen Z women. Okay. Fianna, India. Never heard of you. Honestly, never heard of you. Probably going to end up hearing you again somewhere. What else is there? Any other interesting stories? PM may come and go, but Larry remains number 10's consistent. Man, so Larry the Cat has been there for a long time. I hope that there is going to be, like, the day that Sir Larry the Cat, like, I really hope they don't. What I really hope they don't do is they secretly replace Sir Larry with another cat and don't tell people about it. I hope, yeah, they actually allow Sir Larry the Cat to pass away, and they. What do you guys think that will they do I generally mean this? Do you think they should do a state funeral for Sir Larry the Cat? I wonder if they'll do a state funeral. Oh, and that day it's gonna be sad though, because it's like, you know, Sir Larry's always been a part of the, you know, he's such an old cat, you know, but he's still there. He's still there. Man, I wonder if they are going to do a state funeral for Sir Larry the Cat when he kicks the bucket. I wonder. What do you guys think? Would you? I can see a lot. I can see some people say, "No, I don't want my taxpayer money being paid for a cat's funeral." I was like, yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. What is happening in the Financial Times here? Let me just see that. I saw that it had photos. He had photos on his helmet. No flags, no propaganda, just portraits. Right. Yeah, the other guy had a Russian flag. Yeah, the other guy had a Russian flag on his. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I can kind of see the two sides to the argument, sort of thing, with it. I can see the two sides of the arguments. Like, if he had Ukrainian flags on his helmet, that's, you know, they can't say anything. But yeah, I'm kind of like on the fence on that one, because it's like, I kind of see why the Winter Olympics, they just don't want to be political. They just don't want to be political. They just want to host the games, you know. But I can also I also understand why. I can also understand why he had that helmet with those photos, because of, you know, he's doing it for them. So I understand that. Yes, a state funeral for Sir Larry the Cat. A day of national mourning and a new bank holiday. Yes, we should have a new bank holiday. There. Will funeral processes use a gun carriage or a cat basket on wheels? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Yeah, that's going to be a very topic for discussion as well. All right, let's have a look at what the FT are saying here, guys. More on Radcliffe. Starmer calls on Radcliffe to apologise for claiming the UK colonised by immigrants. I'm very pleased that the Prime Minister actually came out on Twitter. I think it was like about 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night. He responded on Twitter, basically calling for him to apologise. I mean, it's you know, I'm glad he actually called it out as well. A lot of people on the right are also calling out his nonsense as well. Piers Morgan also as well calling it out nonsense as well, which is, you know, a bit odd there. But The UK banned political party donations from foreign-owned companies. The government says new legislation will curb overseas interference in elections. It was a cry for help, the desperate attempt to save Labour in Scotland. Party Scottish leader Anis Sarwar has taken the biggest gamble of his political career in calling for Keir Starmer to resign. But what he doesn't realise is that he's facing the firing squad in his own election. It's literally, Sarwar either wins or he goes. If he doesn't win, he has to go. Like he will have to go if he loses, which he will lose. He's not gonna be First Minister. Like he's just not. He's gonna go. It's literally a ticking time bomb for him now. What else is there? Westminster fears release of embarrassing exchanges of Mandelson data dump. Well, maybe you shouldn't be covering it up then, is all I have to say. Ministers, advisors and officials will see their communications about the former peer's appointment as UK ambassador release. Again, if you said something you shouldn't have said, maybe you shouldn't have gotten so close to him. You know, just saying. You know. Scotland is colonised and I will not apologise, assisting banker. UK farmers warn of rotting crops after exceptionally wet start to the year. Met Office says strong and unusual southerly jet streams to blame for the weeks of heavy rain. Yeah, but we don't mention climate change. Don't upset Nigel Farage. Don't mention climate change, guys. Here, lots of Ukraine support Banderin ideology. Reeves to limit deregulatory drive as she seeks closer ties to the EU. UK Chancellor says Britain prepared to align with Brussels to try and boost trade with the blog. Yep, we need to do that. Keir Starmer appears rattled amongst Commons criticism of Durham peerages. Yeah, Ed Davey, we talked about that yesterday. He was proper rattled by the Lib Dem leader. He definitely was there. What have they got the front page of the Financial Times on here? I can't even say that company's name. Squirrelrodders agrees a £9.9 billion takeover of UK investment manager Nuthing. Deal would end independence of one of cities of London's most historic names. Great. Yes. Yes, let's just sell more of our own companies to the US. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. How private equity big bet on software was derailed by AI. UK economy grows just 0.1% in the final quarter of 2025. We grew, guys. We still grew. We still grew by 0.1%. It's still growth. It's not the same growth as before Brexit. It's still growth. I can see it now. Chancellor Rachel Reeves. Our GDP grew by 0.1%. We're still growing. UK trade deficit for goods hits record high in 2025. Epstein's trustee document contradicts Jess Stanley's testimony in exclusive there. Bondi under fire for handling of Epstein files in congressional hearing. The congressional hearing, guys, that took place yesterday. Do you want to know how long that went? Yeah, we saw some of the clips from last night's live stream, guys. Do you want to know how long it went? It went 5 hours. 5 hours. And most of that time, she was just humming and hawing and kicking off. She was terrible. Like I watched Vosh's perspective. He covered he had a video about 50 minutes long of different clips and whatnot. And yeah, she was nasty. You know, we've like my god, 5 hours of her. Good God Almighty. Oh, damn. 0.0000001% says Mel. Yes, but it's still growth. It's still growth to them. Starmer faces backlash over ousting of Britain's top civil servant. Westminster fears release of embarrassing exchanges in Mandelson data dump. 4 partners leave EY after independence rule breach on Shell audit, according to exclusive from them. China wants to create a polar Silk Road through the Arctic. The Arctic is warming up 4 times as faster. Okay. Reducing sea ice and making Arctic routes making it economically vulnerable. Further sea ice loss over the coming decades could open up shorter transpolar routes. Future transpolar shipping routes. So their idea would be, southern route, northern route. The NSR can cut voyage distance by 20 to 30 to 40% there. Sea ice extending is its lowest in September. The Arctic is warming up for 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. Reducing sea ice, making it economically viable. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Thank you, Viper Scott, for another £2 super chat. Yes, we're 3 more away, guys. If anyone wants to help us get towards today's super chat goal, be greatly appreciated. Thank you for that, Viper Scott. Just to get the goal 1 less done. Yep, thank you for that. About the same odds my wheel problem gets solved in time, says Mel. Oh, don't say that. One day. Magnum Ice Cream Sales Slide Reignites Fear over weight loss drugs. Oh, stay away from weight loss drugs. That's all I have for people. Just stay away from them. Stay away from weight loss drugs. For me, like, I can't stress that enough. Like, even if you have weight problems, like, honestly, please don't turn to them. Please don't turn to them, because there could be side effects to them. Honestly, EU needs a big bang on regulations, says top official. Trump promotes global surge in people viewing US as a threat. Yeah, I wonder what's causing that, Donny. What's causing that? US House votes to overturn Trump's tariffs on Canada. Join the military job centres to advise unemployed youth Britons. So that's their solution. If you're unemployed, go join the military. Basically, that's their solution to try and, well, they do need more bodies, that's for sure. But how many people are actually going to be encouraged to go to join? Mexico sees a huge cocaine hole in a rare joint action with the US. Wow. It looks like quite a lot of cocaine. And the BAT warns of job cuts as it plans to simplify and boost productivity. I have no sympathy whatsoever to the British American Tobacco PLC whatsoever. Mustafa Sullivan plots AI self-sustaining as Microsoft loosens open AI ties and exclusive there as well. From Spitfire to drones, the UK's defence tech cluster harnesses its industrial past. Already seeing Radcliffe there. These are opinion pieces there. Any other interesting stories here? McDonald's sales surges as struggling US consumers seek out a value. Mercedes-Benz warns of further hit from weak China sales and tariffs there. Toyota bets on financial discipline to survive China's EV onslaught there as well. One story I've not covered this week at all is the Japanese Prime Minister. She won a majority on Sunday. I don't know how I missed that story, but yeah, she called a snap election and she won, and she got the majority that she wanted there. So it'd be interesting to see how Japan does over the next under her reign, because I've been told that she's quite far right on the right. My understanding there. We'll have to see how she does there, see how Japan does. Thank you, Stephen Bank, for the £2 super chat for the Ollie Appreciation Society. You hear that, Ollie? It's for your appreciation. Ollie says thank you. Ollie says thank you there. Ollie says thank you indeed. Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. New CBI boss criticises UK government policy of taking stakes in business there as well. Let's switch gears and look from another outlet here. Thank you again for that, Stephen Banker. Just 2 more to go. Let's have a look at the paper. So they got inside the villages fighting to stop their homes falling into the sea. Dozens of families in Norfolk have lost their homes in recent years due to coastal erosion, but many communities don't qualify for sea defence funding. Yeah, it sounds like to me that a lot of instead of actually in some cases for some of these homes, instead of actually councils putting money forward to try and protect these homes and these villages, homes that are near those coastal erosions, right? What they're doing instead is basically saying to move out. Basically, is what they're saying, which is kind of sad, because it basically means that you can't sell your home. So, it's like, well, where are we going to get the money to buy a new home, sort of thing. I mean, in those instances, the government should subsidize them or something there in that situation. If they're not going to save the homes and do more for sea defense funding, they need to do something there. Every supermarket Valentine's Day deal rated. The Grim Hypocrisy is Jim Graflin. 2 key events for Stream that could decide his leadership challenge. I'm not taking my part out for a meal Valentine's Day. Maybe on Sunday we might, but yeah, because like everything, this restaurants a lot of restaurants they tend to book up all the places on the weekends, sort of thing. Well, I've got something planned for her anyway, at least nothing too big. Ukraine has wasted money on tanks. Britain has wasted money on tanks. Ukraine has the solution. A Ukrainian banned from Winter Olympics there as well. Let's have a look under the politics tab. What they got here. Home Office plans to restrict migrant visas, risks new Labour rebellion. So MPs and unions have warned that the current proposals are un-British and will hit the social care sector. At a time, so obviously I can't open it up because it's the iPaper. They want money from me, which I'm not prepared to give. We know that the social care sector is really strained right now. The Lib Dems is something that they've been banging on about for a long time. They're not talking about as much as I haven't heard them talk too much about it recently. There's something they've constantly been talking on about, but we know that the social care sector is very much tied to our healthcare sector, and unless we do more to tackle the situation around that, our NHS is always going to struggle. Now, obviously, the social care sector relies, just like a lot of our sectors, relies on foreign workers, and if you're going to restrict visas for people in that sector, then you're only going to undermine our NHS in doing so as well. Thank you again, Stephen Banker. Thank you for another £2 super chat to help with the Ducks. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Guys, a reminder again, if you guys want to cast your vote in the poll for our friend here, if you want to cast your vote, and the link is in the description for the poll. If you guys want to cast your vote on the name of the duck, cast your vote in the poll tomorrow. At the end of tomorrow's Good Morning live stream, we will decide whatever the percentage is. We're going to call it whatever the name is, so you guys get to have your say on it. Reform councils fearing wipeout. The Labour councils fearing a wipeout by reform after Starmer's chaos. Yep, they're gonna get slaughtered. Why Labour can be blamed for your haircut becoming more expensive. This is as much as I would love to go to the barbers to get my haircut, I seem to be very content with the haircut that I do for myself. Yeah, it's that money is much better. I'd rather spend it on myself rather than get someone to get a haircut. If it was like under 10 quid to get a haircut, I probably would go to the barbers and then do that. But I'm not paying, like, I've seen prices as high as 14, 16 quid for a men's haircut, and I'm just like, no, I'm just not doing that. So I cut it myself. And ever since I've been cutting it, since pretty much since for the last 3.5, 4 years now, I've been cutting my own hair, and it's been I've done all right. And I always cut I always double check the back as well, so I'm pretty keen to cut it there. The holes in, and don't get me wrong, like, if you can go to the barbers, you can afford the barbers, support them. But for me, like, I cut it myself. So, and the holes in number 10's timeline over Spin Doctor's linked to sex offenders there as well. And what's that? Thank you, Viper Scott, for the £2 super chat. Thank you. Woo! Hit the confetti. No confetti. Sorry, guys, but I don't have confetti. But thank you for today's super chat goal, Viper Scott, Stephen Banker, and for reaching that. Thank you guys so much for your support. Greatly appreciate, guys. Thank you. Bye, Clippers. No, I've got Clippers here. To be fair, Counter Kev says I use Clippers. I did my own too, says Mel. Clipper in once a week for me, says Unquiet Badger. Women's is 50. Yeah, I know. I think it's outrageous the amount of money that women have to pay to get their hair cut. It's outrageous. The amount of money you have to pay to get to it's just outrageous. That's all I can say, guys. That's all I can say. Oh dear. All right, let's have a look at the BBC here, see what they're saying here. Chris Mason, latest vetting row over raises fresh concerns over Starmer's judgment. Starmer tells to Jim Ratcliffe to apologise, saying UK for saying UK colonised by immigrants. Yeah, which is a stupid comment from a stupid man who doesn't know anything about the UK, doesn't know anything about the four nations. We've not been colonised by immigrants. Don't sack cabinet secretary until Manderson files published. Bagonot says. Reeves argues for deeper trade partnership with the EU. Yeah, I think you know, when are they publishing it then? Have they set a deadline of when they're going to be publishing it? I thought it was just in a couple of days, but I guess they're not doing it. I guess they're taking their time. Keir Starmer has written to the regulator of civil servant appointments, urging them to stop Sir Keir Starmer from sacking the cabinet secretary until after documents related to the Lord Manston has been published. So Chris Wormad, who was head of civil servants, is understood to be negotiating an exit package from the job, which he was appointed by the PM in December 2024. His government's favourite successor is Dame Antonia Romano, the top civil servant at the Home Office, who was on a 4-person shortlist for the role when Sir Chris was appointed. He said the process of releasing documents is underway would be unaffected by other matters. Taking questions, the Commons Ward said the papers would be published as soon as possible after MPs return from the parliamentary recess on the 23rd of February. So I'm assuming after that. I'm assuming after the half term then. In a letter, as Bagonot said, that since Cabinet Secretary has overseen the government's release of the documents demanded by Parliament about the Lord Manston, his removal should wait until after it's completed. Bagonot describes Sir Chris as the latest person to be thrown under a bus by his Prime Minister and said there should be a full new process to select his replacement. The first Civil Servant Commissioner oversees the appointment to the Civil Servant is currently Baroness Stewart, former Labour MP and Brexit campaigner Gazer Stewart. Yeah, I do agree with Bagonot. It should be a full process to it, though. I do agree with that. Martin, good to see you there. Labour has blown it. Yeah, Labour are. It's just a matter of when, not if now, for Keir Starmer. Starmer faces calls to appoint women for the first Secretary of State role. PM said Peer did not give full account over links to sex offender. Oh my God, that's just yeah. We already discussed that. So it's still there. Campaigners and locals living in England's biggest illegal waste site want to know why fire risks at one dump have led it to being cleared at a cost of millions of pounds while others remain untouched. Yeah, they're calling for the release of the fire risk assessment that caused environment agencies to decide to clear the Kilston site in Oxfordshire, an exceptional step costing more than £9 million. This is the thing. Once you've cleared one rubbish pile, then you can argue for others to be cleared by the government. And you can, you know, if you can make a reasonable grounds here to do so, the government really can't ignore it. But Oxfordshire Fire and Rescue Service have refused a freedom of information request by the BBC to publish it. Ooh, saying that doing so could put the public safety at risk. How could it put the public safety at risk here? Sorry. Chairman of the House and Lords Environment Committee said the refusal was extremely disappointing. She's due to raise the issue in the Laws debate today, calling for the report into the 21,000-tonne site to be made public. Telling the BBC local residents are already aware of concerns about public health, environmental and fire risks of the site, so I cannot understand the reason why the freedom of information has been refused. OFRS says the information requested by the BBC contained a detailed operation fire risk assessment that contains highly sensitive information, including the location of thermal hotspots, detailing analysis of how fires could start and escalate, and tactical firefighting considerations. Disclosing the information would more likely than not adversely affect public safety, it said. How? How will it... explain how. You're not explaining how. How would it? It added that disclosure would also likely to affect the Council OFRS ability to conduct effective regulatory investigations and enforcement actions. It refuses to release a redacted version of the assessment, saying it would leave little to no meaningful information while still posing a residential risk of harm. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the EA said the risk assessment had highlighted the rapidly escalation in fire risks at the Kilston site with the potential closure of A34 major highway and impact key electrical supplies. This meant we had to take exceptional decisions to clear the site as soon as possible, she added. 4 people have been arrested in fire in relation to the ongoing investigation into dumping the waste on the site. Yeah, we've seen these images already. But they haven't... So they haven't actually said... They haven't actually given a decent, a proper reasoning here. Disclosing it likely to invest I'm very. This doesn't sit right with me. This sounds like a lot of bollocks here. I think the main reason they don't want to share that information is because it will justify other wastes being cleared by the government, which they don't want to pay out for. I think that's what it sounds like to me there. City dumps are too expensive. Fly tipping everywhere. Yeah, that's a problem as well, David. Yeah, people want to like my dad used to. I mean, he still does go to the skip and whatnot, but yeah, it costs an arm and a leg, yeah, to get rid of rubbish now. You know, most people just resell it online and whatnot now. If you can, yes, if you can. We've got about 5 minutes left. Let's have a quick look. What else is here? MSP defends friendship with sex offender after Labour suspension there. What's this here? MSP Pan Duncan Glancy has defended her friendship with a sex offender after being suspended by Scottish Labour. The Glasgow representative is being investigated by her party over her ties to a former Moraine councillor, Sean Moulton, who has twice been convicted of possessing indecent images of children. Scottish Labour Anna Sawa said that Duncan Glancy has been suspended after new information came to light. Glancy said she was disappointed by the decision, which she said has not been fully explained to her. What has not been fully explained to her? What part of this do you not understand? He's been convicted twice of possessing indecent images of children. I don't even need to read the rest of that. Sorry, like, what part of that do you not understand? Like, I'm sorry. Those are all old stories. They met while pregnant, but their baby never came home. Maternity failing NHS Trust. Snow and ice warning this weekend. Boy 13 stabbed after charged. A boy 13's been charged after 2 stabbings in the boy stabbed in school. 13-year-old boy. 13-year-old. Sex offenders should tell police about pregnancies. Review fines. Organised crime gangs target Scottish chip shops for using coconut oil, apparently. I'm going to do that as a possible video for next week, guys. Laughing gas canisters. I'm going to talk about that in a video, possibly. Mum might still be alive without Tui's errors there as well. Got about 3 minutes left. Let's have a quick look at some other news here. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Yep. Let me just fix that there. Manchester's mayor condemns Sir Jim Ratcliffe's UK's insulting immigration remarks. We can win. Reeves sets up new battle over EU ties. Ex-MI6 Box Mandelson would have had intimate vetting, but he wasn't given proper vetting. He got away with it. We know that. I've only had my hair cut by someone else twice in my adult life, says Vicky. Our dump doesn't charge, but you have to pre-book. The only people that pay are workmen, says Casper Northera. That's good. That's good there. I said he was saying city dumps are too expensive. There. Thanks, guys. Mental health issues are so misunderstood. At least the DWP guy was nice. Unlike the last person who rang me, says Witchy Goff there. Want me to send the Duck Army after them, Witchy? Yeah, send them all into the DWP. The March of the Duckies. PMXA should be kicked out of Lords, says Labour chair. PM is still in a weak position despite election guarantees. 6 p.m. bound black hole. Yeah, we've seen that story already. Just check the front of Sky News, see anything else there. Yep, they're exclusive. Extends contract, England manager. We saw that story. Holiday tax could make holidays unaffordable for many campaigners, say. Well, that's depending on, well, you know, it depends where you're going. Depends where you're going. Yeah, I do want to go, like, I'm not looking forward to when I go to the Europe again, because obviously you've got to do the biometric checks next time I go to Europe. I'm not looking forward to that. Let's have a quick look at The Guardian before we go. Families falling apart because UK broken paternity leave study suggests about 39% of separated parents are saying not sharing caring responsibility contributed to the breakdown of relationships. So there's not enough both sides looking after the child there. That's not good. Vetting progress for Madison that needed more awkward questions, expert says. Labour bill would stop dodgy front companies making political donations. Adele linked to sex offender did not give full account before he was given peerage, PM says. Former top civil servant warned more due diligence to be done over replacement of Chris Wellmad. Front of The Guardian. Jones vocabulary shrinking as reading loses out to screen time, says Susan Dent. Countdown urges families to read, talk and play word games to help language development. Yes. Yes. Do not just stick a tablet and in front of them. Yes, do. It's so important. It's so important. There's not enough parents doing that now. Very, very important. Any other stories here? Not interested in the press awards. Seen that story already. Youth work, black holes in half of all county areas in England. Study finds there. Any other interesting stories? We've seen all them. Analysis, podcast. No. Okay. Right, guys. Just a quick reminder before I go. We'll be live again tonight at 8 o'clock, myself and One Angry Pagan for the Eco Flake show. So if you can, please join us for that show tonight at 8 o'clock. Please feel free to do so as well. So what we normally do on that show, for those who aren't aware of what they do on the Eco Flake show, we'd like to talk the environment, talk about climate, sea level rises, environmental stuff, all that kind of news. So we find a bunch of topics relating to that kind of news, and we discuss them once a month on the channel tonight. So do join us for that if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I think it's a nice kind of like a drift away from the typical politics, and always reminding us about green stuff, environment, all that kind of stuff, guys. So if you want to check out that tonight at 8 o'clock with myself and One Angry Pagan, please feel free to do so as well. Thank you to everyone who sent super chats today. Viper Scott, Stephen Banker. Thank you, Casper Norvera, for renewing your membership. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Viper Scott, for the 5 gifted memberships as well. And thank you guys for all your comments and so many people coming here. And enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you guys are doing. And I'll be, if you can't join me tonight at 8 o'clock, I'll be back live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. But on your way out, if you can for me, please hit that like button, share it across social media, subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, do check out Rumble and Patreon content as well. Links are in the description as well. I will not be doing content for them next week though, because I'm on the cast that I'll be away, of course. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.